Mike and Winona met Lelena Pierce at 11 o'clock the following morning at Pancakes by the Bay. Lelena had gotten there early and was already waiting for them at a booth by the window. Good morning. Good morning, Lelena. Lelena? Here comes waitress Penelope. Good morning, people. What's it going to be? Out of the Bayside crepes and a cup of mild morning coffee. Okay, Mike, and for you, ladies. Give me the paradise pancakes. And a cup of mild morning coffee. I'll have the Bayside pancakes and a cup of mild morning coffee. Coming right up. That's a very charming waitress. So I'm excited to hear more about your idea for a documentary. Tell her, Winona. Okay, as we've told you, Robert Downey Jr. and Kiefer Sutherland have gone AWOL from the movie 1969. We want to film a documentary about that phenomenon. You can explore the circumstances that may have motivated them to make that decision. Yeah, that's good. Maybe the working conditions were bad. Maybe the hours were too long and the pay was not commensurate. Yeah, exactly. But we would have to get Kiefer and Robert to agree to do the documentary. I'm sure Kiefer and Robert would be more than happy to oblige. Kiefer and Robert, more than happy to oblige. Do you know how stubborn and obstinate Kiefer and Robert can be? Kiefer and Robert are stubborn and obstinate, but I truly believe that this is something that they would want to be involved in. What's your plan for getting Kiefer and Robert? We don't have to necessarily get Kiefer and Robert. We could have a beautiful woman lure them into a bar and get them drunk while there are cameras in the bar that are secretly recording their conversations. These recordings could be culled together for a documentary. Okay, that's a great idea. Illegal, but great. Obviously, this won't be a documentary that'll be shown at your local movie theater. Where will it be shown? In another dimension. Now, I've been studying up on 11-dimensional hyperspace and found a way to access another dimension. Once the documentary is filmed, we can run off to this other dimension with it. In this dimension, everything looks and feels the same. San Francisco looks almost exactly the same, but with different circumstances. Thanks for joining me this morning. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. A different chain of events has transpired involving the same people in the same places. We can show the documentary on this parallel plane of existence. Sounds good. Let's get it started. Great, I'm looking forward to it. They ate breakfast and had a wonderful afternoon. Meanwhile, in a parallel narrative, Dalton Donner is leaving for the day and sees Principal Sawyer in the parking lot outside of Westbrook High School. Hi, Veronica. How was your day? Relatively smooth sailing considering the circumstances. Circumstances? What circumstances? Zip-Face Charlie has been secretly slathering a slippery, oily substance in the hallways. People have been slipping all over the place. How do you know it was Zip-Face Charlie? I have a sixth sense about Zip-Face Charlie. I know it was Zip-Face Charlie. Why don't you turn him in? I need more evidence to turn him in. Anyway, can we please talk about something else? Sure. All of a sudden, JD pulls up to them in the parking lot in a light green 74 Chevy Corvette. I know what we could talk about. We could talk about me taking Veronica to the movies on Saturday night. No, JD, I'd rather talk about me kicking your ass on Saturday night. I don't condone violence, but I might make an exception for you. Don't worry, I don't want to fight a science dude. We need another type of competition to determine who wins her hearts. I was thinking the same thing. What would your idea be for a competition? My idea is that we could each think of an exciting adventure that we could take Veronica. Whoever successfully takes her on this adventure wins Veronica's heart. Oh, hi, people. Good morning. Good afternoon, actually. Welcome to my Heather's 2 script. It's actually more like an encyclopedia. Yeah, I can notice you. Okay. Okay, I like that idea. Here's the adventure I would take Veronica on. I would take her to Yellowstone Park, camp out under the moon, and try to live out there off the face of the land. Hunting and fishing. For entertainment, we would tell each other ghost stories. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. We could bring beer, but no food. We have to hunt prey for our survival. We could only bring a limited amount of clothing. At some point, we would have to wear pelts and animal fur. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. Here's my idea. I would like to find a way to not only preserve my and Veronica's youthful appearance for billions and billions of years, but keep us alive until the Milky Way galaxy collides with the Andromeda galaxy. Eons into the future. At the moment of collision, I want to make love with Veronica. After we make love, we will both die and be reborn eons into the future. In an entirely new galaxy that I shall name Love Destiny. Wow, that's fucking ambitious. Can you really make that happen? I'm a science teacher. I could do anything. This is going to be fun. They talked more and had a wonderful afternoon. The next day arrived, and Dalton and Veronica went to their respective rooms at Westerberg High School after class lets out for the day. Dalton is sitting at his desk grading papers for an essay that he assigned to his students about how cosmologists inferred from observations the presence of dark matter in the universe. In the middle of this, he hears a knock on the door. It is Veronica Sawyer. Dalton? Yes, what is it, Veronica? I was very impressed with your idea about living with me eons into the future after the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies collide. You have a wonderful sense of the romantic. You won my heart. This is terrific, Veronica. Our love is destiny. By the way, I wrote a song about the idea of us living on in a new galaxy that will be formed after the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxies collide. It's called Winona Ryder. Do you know for sure that not only the Milky Way galaxy is going to collide with the Andromeda galaxy, but when it does collide, we will live on in a new galaxy? Yes. How do you know this? Because I'm a science teacher. All of a sudden, they turn around and see JD at the door to Dalton's classroom. He was eavesdropping and heard their whole conversation. Yeah, right. The science nerd and the bitchy principal of Westerberg High School are going to live on in some hypothesized new galaxy? That's right, prick. Oh, get the fuck out of my classroom. What are you doing here? Veronica? What is it? You don't actually believe that Dalton could take you to another galaxy eons in the future, do you? Yes, I do believe him. Oh, come with me. We could go drink beer, hunt and fish, wear animal pelts, and live off the fat of the land. What are you, Ted Nugent or something? Only Ted Nugent does that. Veronica starts laughing hysterically. Oh yeah, that sounds wonderful. I'd love to live like an early Australopithecus specimen with some loser like you. JD looks at Veronica with the angriest look that she has ever seen on a human face. He doesn't say anything. It just runs off. He looked angry. He sure did. Would you like to take a walk? Sure. They took a walk and had a wonderful afternoon. When Saturday night arrives, Dalton and Veronica go to the Dreamlove Theater to see a movie that depicts alternate versions of people's lives as portrayed by the most advanced robots of the day called mirror bots. In a parallel narrative to this, a few students from Dalton's honors astrophysics class decide to sneak into a facility that contains a particle accelerator to try it out. A student named Hugh Henderson somehow deciphered the passcode to get into it. It is followed by Tom Bergenheimer, among others. Inside the facility, they behold a particle accelerator the size of 4 football fields that collides particles to try to determine more elemental particles that haven't been discovered. Check it out. Yeah, this is where it all happens. All of a sudden, 2 drunken football players from Westerberg High School stumble into the facility. They seem to have followed them in. Their names are Heinrich Eisendorf and Henry Hilbort. In their drunken stupors, they accidentally set off the particle accelerator at full capacity, resulting in a tear in the time-space continuum, which further results in different localities being dislocated. Among various points on the time-space continuum. For instance, the very particle accelerator site that they are on is transported to medieval France, or medieval if you prefer, while the Dreamlove Theater that Dalton and Veronica are watching a movie at is transported to Petaluma, California in 1984. Meanwhile, back in the Dreamlove Theater, Dalton and Veronica are watching Mirror Bots. Enjoying the movie? Yeah, it's not bad. Does something seem different? Different? What? I just get this feeling that we have been somehow transported. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. Whoever gave me the thumbs up there. Yeah, maybe. When the movie ends, they walk outside into a warm summer afternoon in 1984 in Petaluma, California, the town where Winona Ryder grew up. They look at each other in amazement. They had a wonderful afternoon. As they were walking around Petaluma that afternoon, they began having a conversation. Beautiful day out. Yes, it is. We've been displaced somehow, obviously, in the past in Petaluma, California. The cars parked around here look like 70s and early 80s models. I wonder what the exact year is. Let's just grab a newspaper from the nearest box and find out. Dalton grabs a copy of the Petaluma Gazette from the nearest newspaper box. Look at the date. It's June 23rd, 1984. "1984. That's the title of a book by George Orwell. That's a brilliant book. Wow. How do you think we could have gotten here? My homework assignment to America is that everybody must read 1984 by George Orwell, and it must be read by the end of the summer of 2025. Thank you." This is going to take some deductive reasoning to figure that out. First of all, what are some of the methods of time travel to the past? Let's see. There's going faster than the speed of light. That's unlikely. According to Einstein's theories, the speed of light is the speed limit. Yeah. What about a tear in the fabric of time and space? That could enable you to travel to the past. The only thing is, how would that happen? There would have to be some kind of mechanism that tore a hole in the fabric of time and space. What types of mechanisms exist around Westerberg High School that could do that? Um, the only thing that comes to mind is the particle accelerator nearby. Wouldn't experiments conducted by scientists there be done in a diligent way to prevent against that? Yes, that's true. Wait a minute. What if they weren't scientists? What if some jackass or jackasses trespassed onto the premises and activated the accelerator? Maybe they collided particles that tore a hole in the fabric of time and space. I wonder who would do that. Yeah, maybe students at Westerberg High School. Yeah, maybe drunken students who wandered onto the premises. Or maybe college students. They've been known to pull wild fraternity pranks. Since we've been displaced in such a bizarre way, let's just enjoy the day. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how reality has been altered. If my own theories are correct, if the time-space continuum is altered in such a way, different moments in time and different places in space can be completely mismatched, forming an alternative chronology in space and time. Look, it's the Mirrorbots from the movie Mirrorbots that we saw in the Dreamland Theater. Yeah, look at them. Somehow they've been spliced from that movie to here in Petaluma, California in 1984. The Mirrorbots approached Dalton and Veronica very intently, and one of them speaks. The reflection on his mirrored body, reflects the moment in the past where Dalton and Veronica entered the Dreamlove Theater in the year 2025. Time and space have been altered. Look in the mirror for the cause of this occurrence. They look in the mirror and can see Henry and Heinrich from Westerberg High School near the particle accelerator. That's Henry and Heinrich. Bye. The Mirrorbots went away. That's interesting. Yes, it is. Let's just enjoy the day and evening now that we're here. Yeah, they enjoyed the afternoon, had a wonderful evening. They took a walk around Petaluma the next morning. It was beautiful out on that early June. The Mirrorbots said that time and space have been altered. Yeah. How could that have happened? Henry and Heinrich could have, in a state of inebriation, activated the particle collider and set that off. What does that mean for us? It means that the chronology of events and the relative locations of places have been altered in a way that people won't recognize them. This is going to be bizarre. Let's just see what it's going to be like going forward, which may now be going backward, and going backward, which may now be going forward. Sure, they walked around Petaluma and had a wonderful afternoon. That evening, as the sun was setting, they walked around Petaluma and talked. I really love this town, Veronica. It's comforting. It was a great place to grow up. I've got great memories of being with my family here. Take that store, for instance. Ziggy's Exotic Plant Store. I've never seen a store like that anywhere but here. I've never seen it here. You've never seen it here? No. I remember a store called Penelope's Designer Wigs. Here. It was a custom designed wig store. They designed wigs for both men and women. People had wigs designed for them that suited their personalities. I bet the store is here now because the chronology of time and the relative locations of space have been altered. Let's go in and talk to them. They go into the store to meet a guy named Ziggy. The David Bowie song Ziggy Stardust is being played in there at a very high volume. Hi? Hi. Hi. No, I meant, do you get high? Oh, I thought you meant hi as in hello. If I wanted to say hello, I would have said hello. Whenever I say hi, I mean, do you get high? Where I come from, it's much more polite to say hello rather than hi. So let me say it again. Hi? Oh, I smoke the occasional joint, but at the moment, I just want to talk. So, what's your name? Ziggy Stardust. Like the David Bowie song? Ziggy Stardust? That's your name? No, not like the David Bowie song. I am the real Ziggy Stardust to whom the David Bowie song refers. Oh, I see. So the real Ziggy Stardust runs a plant store in what used to be another place in time and space, but is now in Petaluma due to time and space being altered by drunken football players in Westburg High School who activated a particle accelerator? Exactly. Where and when did this store used to be? Cleveland. In the early 70s. People loved it. It is cool. Look at the plants. I'm looking at them. It's mind expanding. Their essences take me to somewhere beautiful. I'm glad you like them. This is spectacular. They talked more to Ziggy and had a wonderful evening. All right. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the comments that I'm seeing there on the screen. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.